Today, we learned the names of the two people shot and killed Monday at the Super 8 in Cloquet. On the left here is 22-year-old Shelby Treadle of Cloquet. Authorities believe Treadle was shot inside the Super 8 while working as the clerk. On the right, 35-year-old Patrick Rowers of Deer River. We're told he was shot while sitting in his car in the hotel parking lot. Police say 32-year-old Nicholas Lanius of Ramsey killed them both and then took his own life. But investigators still have not uncovered a motive or if the victims and suspect were connected in any way. Meanwhile,